In the vast chronicles of human existence, countless ways to meet our inevitable end have been devised. But today, we won't be delving into the heroic tales of knights and warriors, nor the tragic stories of star-crossed lovers. No, my dear listeners, we will be embarking on a journey through the most peculiar, the most absurd, yes, even the most ludicrous ways people have shuffled off this mortal coil. Imagine, if you will, the grand tapestry of life, woven with threads of countless human experiences. Now, picture a few threads that are, well, let's just say, a bit more frayed than the rest. These are the stories of individuals who, defying all logic and common sense, found ways to exit the stage that would leave even the fates themselves scratching their heads in bewilderment. So brace yourselves, as we traverse the absurd landscape of life's ultimate punchline. Behold, the first contender in our parade of fatality, the selfie catastrophe. Let's take a moment to explore the perilous journey of a selfie fanatic whose unquenchable thirst for the perfect picture led to an unforeseen tragedy. Imagine a sunny day, a picturesque cliff overlooking a crystal blue ocean. Our protagonist, armed with nothing but a smartphone, steps onto the stage of destiny. Their eyes are not on the breathtaking view, nor on the sheer drop into the abyss. Instead, they are fixated on the screen of their device, seeking the perfect angle that would garner the most likes on social media. They step back, one foot after another, oblivious to the danger looming behind them. They are on the edge, both literally and figuratively, teetering between a successful selfie and an imminent tumble. Then, in the climactic moment, they take one step too many. The ground beneath them crumbles, and they plunge into the vast ocean, smartphone in hand, forever lost in the pursuit of the perfect selfie. Now let's take a step back, not off a cliff, but into reality. It's easy to laugh at the absurdity of such a situation, and yes, it does sound like something straight out of a slapstick comedy. But let's not forget the underlying lesson here. The pursuit of vanity, when taken to extremes, can lead to dire consequences. So next time you find yourself teetering on the edge of a cliff or a rooftop, or any precarious situation for that matter, remember to prioritize safety over selfies. Don't be like our unfortunate protagonist, who, in their quest for social media fame, ended up becoming a cautionary tale instead. And remember, 1,000 likes on social media might boost your ego, but at the end of the day, it's not worth risking your life for. Safety should always come first, whether you're climbing a mountain, crossing a street, or just trying to take a selfie. Remember folks, no selfie is worth a Darwin Award. Next on our list, we bring you the vending machine vendetta. Picture this, a late-night craving strikes. Your stomach grumbles, your mouth waters, and only one thing can satisfy your insatiable hunger: a snack. But not just any snack, a candy bar nestled within the shiny metal confines of a vending machine. Your pocket is void of loose change, your cards forgotten at home. Yet the candy bar beckons, its wrapper gleaming under the fluorescent light. Desperation, they say, is the mother of invention. But in this case, it's the mother of a really dumb idea. For in his desperation, our protagonist decides to take matters into his own hands, quite literally. With a deep breath and a burst of adrenaline-fueled energy, he starts to shake the vending machine, rocking it back and forth. The vending machine, a towering monolith of snacks, seems to wobble, then steadies. But our hero, driven by the desire for a candy bar, does not relent. He shakes it with more force. The machine trembles, sways, and then, like a fallen giant, it topples. Now let's pause here for a moment. Picture a vending machine. It's not exactly a featherweight piece of equipment, is it? In fact, it's more akin to a small car. And in this tragic tale of late-night snack cravings, that vending machine becomes the equivalent of a ton of metal, snacks and all, toppling onto our unsuspecting protagonist. The result? A rather squashed individual and a very real, very final checkout. But hey, let's lighten the mood here, because as absurd as this situation is, it's also kind of hilarious. I mean, who in their right mind decides to wrestle a vending machine? It's like picking a fight with a refrigerator, only less sensible. The moral of the story? Vending machines are not to be trifled with. They're heavier than they look, and they definitely don't like to be shaken. So next time you're hankering for a candy bar, maybe just bring some spare change. Marching on, we encounter the DIY disaster. Picture this. A bright-eyed, bushy-tailed individual armed with nothing but a hammer, a screwdriver, and an overzealous sense of ambition. They've watched a handful of online tutorials and they're feeling invincible. They're ready to tackle that home improvement project they've been putting off for months. What could possibly go wrong, right? Well, let's paint the picture. Our fearless DIY enthusiast decides to revamp the electrical wiring of the house. They don't have any formal training, but they've seen enough videos to feel confident. They roll up their sleeves, grab their tools and dive headfirst into a tangle of wires and confusion. The first few attempts are shaky, but they persist. There's a few sparks here, a minor shock there, but nothing that deters them. They're in it to win it. Or in this case, to rewire it. Then, the unthinkable happens. They mix up the red wire with the blue one. The lights in the house flicker, a loud pop echoes through the room, and our hero is sent flying across the room, landing in a heap on the floor. And there they lie, in the aftermath of their DIY disaster, a testament to their lack of knowledge and overabundance of bravado. Their last thought? Probably something along the lines of, maybe I should have called an electrician. The audacity of the untrained handyman. The do-it-yourself mantra, when coupled with a dangerous lack of expertise, can quickly turn into a do-it-yourself and meet-your-maker situation. It's funny, in a dark humor kind of way, how a simple home renovation project can turn into a one-way ticket to the pearly gates. But let's be honest, it's also a bit of a facepalm moment. Maybe next time, they'll think twice before putting their life on the line for the sake of saving a few bucks. Moral of the story, leave the home renovations to the professionals. Finally, we present to you the deadly dare. Picture this, our protagonist, let's call him Daredevil Dave, is hanging out with friends on a balmy summer night. The air is thick with bravado, and the scent of peer pressure is unmistakable. Suddenly, an audacious challenge is thrown into the mix. The dare? To leap from the rooftop into the backyard pool. Now this isn't a leap of faith or a jump to conclusions. This is a leap of pure, unfiltered stupidity. The distance between the rooftop and the pool is far more than a hop, skip, and a jump. It's a full-blown, heart-stopping, adrenaline-pumping plunge. But Dave, ever the daredevil, accepts the challenge. He's not about to let his reputation as the group's risk-taker be tarnished. The tension mounts as Dave ascends the rooftop, his silhouette stark against the moonlit sky. He's ready to make the jump, ready to risk it all for a moment of glory, ready to become a legend. Or so he thinks. And here's where it gets funny. Not ha-ha funny, but can you believe this guy funny? You see, Dave, in his quest for glory, seems to have forgotten a crucial fact. He can't swim. That's right, our daredevil is about to dive into a pool, and he can't even doggy paddle. The moment comes. Dave leaps into the air, the wind howling in his ears, his heart pounding in his chest. And then, splash! He hits the water with a thud, and his friends erupt into cheers. Well, at least until they realize that Dave isn't resurfacing. The cheers turn into panicked cries, and the party turns into a rescue mission, but alas, it's too late. Dave, the daredevil, the risk-taker, the legend has met his untimely end. All because he decided to take a deadly dare. So, the next time someone dares you to do something stupid, just remember, pride comes before a fall. And there you have it, folks, 5 tales of senseless self-destruction. Let's recap, shall we? We had the selfie catastrophe, where vanity and a lack of common sense led to an unexpected plunge. Then, the vending machine vendetta, a classic tale of man versus machine, where the machine, quite literally, had the last drop. Next, we explored the realm of the DIY disaster. Who knew a simple home project could turn into a one-way ticket to the afterlife? And let's not forget the deadly dare. Because nothing says I'm a genius like ignoring all basic instincts for self-preservation in favor of impressing your friends. These stories may sound absurd, and you may even find yourself chuckling, but remember, these are all based on real incidents. The moral of the story? Don't let a moment of foolishness cost you your life. Stay safe, stay smart, and remember, life's too short for dumb ways to die.